Oh boy, drama. Nah, I'm just kidding. But stay tuned and I'll tell you guys all about this interaction I had involving this water bottle. So this video is actually an accumulation of different days where I went to several different thrift stores. So if anything looks like it's a little out of place, that's why. At this point, I'd already been in the store for a little bit, and I picked up some Lego plastic storage containers that I found in the toy aisle. But I ended up putting those back. They really didn't sell for much. But anyways, I get to this aisle and I spot this Hydro Flask water bottle. It is 128 ounces, so it's a big one. This is probably the biggest one they make. I didn't see a price on it, which was odd, but it was on the shelf, so I put it in the cart. By the way, shout out to the lady that was to the left of me. She must have saw that I was looking at the water bottles, and she pointed out that there was a water bottle up here for sale. The brand was Canteens, and it was branded for Black Rifle Coffee Company. It actually comps out pretty good, so it was worth the pickup. Yeah, so anyways, at my local Goodwills, if something isn't priced, you can bring it up to the front and they will price it out for you. I really wish I was recording, but I don't like to record when I'm checking out. I feel like it just makes the cashiers feel awkward. So anyways, I get up there, the cashier calls the manager over, manager brings the canteen into the back, and for what feels like at least 5 minutes, she finally comes back out and tells me, "Did you know this thing is $125? I'm gonna ask 50 bucks." And I said, $50? There's no way I can do that. I'll pass on it then. And then she said, this thing really needs to go to e-commerce anyways. And keep in mind, guys, this thing sells for about $60 plus shipping on eBay. There's no way that I could buy it for $50 and make a profit. I was honestly expecting her to come out and say $10, maybe $15, and I would have jumped on it at that price. But I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. The fact that they wanted $50 for that, and since I didn't want it, they were gonna ship it off to the e-commerce because it was too valuable to be put on the shelf, apparently. Sometimes I feel like Goodwill is losing touch with their customer base, especially the people that shop in the store. Okay, enough of the drama. Let's get back to the thrifting. I see this Sony receiver here, and Sony receivers can be good money, but for some reason this one was only worth about $60 plus shipping, and they were asking $24.99 on it. It just didn't work out for me, so I had to pass on it sadly. Moving on down the same aisle, I see this brand new Rawlings baseball helmet. I should be able to flip this for about $30 to $40. The fact that it's brand new makes it a lot more desirable than a used one. So I put that right in the cart. In the baggage aisle, I spot this Swiss Gear laptop bag. Swiss Gear does pretty good for me. It's a decent brand. And for $5.99, I should be able to put this up on eBay for $20 to $30 plus shipping. Yeah, decent find. Put that in the cart as well. After rummaging around in the bag section a little bit longer, I see this Dragon Ball Z Loungefly bag. And to my surprise, this thing is just not valuable. They only sell for about $15 plus shipping on eBay in used condition. There are some available for 30 plus in brand new condition, but nothing is even really selling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very surprised on it. I don't know if it's because it's Dragon Ball Z and not Disney. Maybe Dragon Ball Z just doesn't carry as much weight. Yeah, interesting. After looking it up, I put it back for $14.99. It wasn't worth taking home. Back in the kitchen aisle, I spot this yellow water jug. The brand is the Coldest Water. This one's a 64 ounce, and it's really nice condition. It looks very well built. For $9.99, I should be able to sell this for about $30 to $40 plus shipping. So I put that one in the cart. And below that, I grab this Copper Chef 11-inch casserole pan. It also has the accessories inside. Very nice condition. For $5.99, I should be able to flip this onto eBay for $30 to $40 plus shipping. So into the cart it goes. So this is the second day of thrifting that I do in this video, and I'm at Savers right now, and I spot this really cool vintage Winnie the Pooh. Looking at the tag, it's an official Disney World one, so I'm gonna grab that and give it to my kid. She has a Winnie the Pooh themed bedroom. In the office section, I pick up this Minolta Freedom Action Zoom camera. It's a 35mm camera, and these things actually sell pretty good. I should be able to get about $40 plus shipping on eBay for this. For $9.99, that's a good pickup. And keep in mind, today is Thursday, so everything in the store is 25% off today. Now heading over to my favorite section, the electronics section, I grabbed these Microsoft Arc wireless keyboards. Now typically I don't mess with the Microsoft wireless keyboards because you need dongles that are specific to the keyboard, so it makes them pretty hard to sell. But these ones are really small and they're only $3.99 each, so there's two of them here. And even without the dongle, I should still be able to flip these for $15 to $20 plus shipping each. They'll be dirt cheap to ship out since they're so small, so gonna take a risk on them. I spot this bowling ball bag in the sports section, and this shovel here is covering it up. And after struggling with this thing for like 2 minutes straight to try to get it off and then standing up so it wouldn't fall over, I finally get a hang of this thing. I felt like an idiot, but I was able to get to the bowling ball bag here. I really like picking up bowling balls and bag combos. They can be good money, and I feel like they're pretty overlooked in the flipping niche. This one ends up being an AMF Voigt American bowling ball. I would say I should be able to sell the bowling ball for $30 plus shipping, and then also I can probably get about that same amount for the bag separated. So for $11 that they're asking on the tag, that was definitely worth the pickup.
What's that?
In the toy section, I pick up these two electronic handheld games. One is a Radica pocket poker, and the other one is Jeopardy! Wheel of Fortune, I mean. And I end up putting the Wheel of Fortune back and keeping the pocket poker. The pocket pokers always sell for me. You can usually get about $10 plus shipping on them. And here I am checking to make sure that there's no battery corrosion in there, because you don't really want to deal with that. Nothing really catches my eye in the women's shoe section, but over by the men's boots, I spot these vintage Red Wing Made in America work boots. I guess they're kind of more of like a cowboy style work boot. They're a little rough, but nothing that a nice leather treatment can't fix up. I think once I put some leather treatment on them and make them look nice, I should be able to flip these for $100. But it was nice seeing a pair of Red Wings. I haven't spotted a pair of Red Wings at the thrift store in probably over a year at this point. For $15, that's a really good find. Oh yeah, I should point out that the size tag was worn off, so I'm gonna have to measure them at home and figure out the actual sizing before I list them. They had several other nice pairs of boots here, but they were asking $24.99. Just not worth picking up for that price. They had this, I think this very first generation cricket machine for $65. Something tells me that's going to be sitting there for quite a while at that price. Stanleys are hot right now, and that also goes for their thermoses. This work thermos, I should be able to sell for $20 plus shipping. Whenever you pick these up, you want to make sure that all the parts are there, and that includes the twist-off lid and the stopper that you see there. Here's a trick for you. If you ever have a store that covers up the UPC label, you don't need to tear off their whole label to expose the UPC. Even if you expose a quarter of it, it'll still scan fine. None of the Christmas tree ornaments ended up being worth anything, but I did see these Flurryville Christmas figurines. It's my first time seeing this brand, and looking them up, they sell for about $15 plus shipping. So I think at $2.49 each, they're a really nice pickup. I'm going to keep my eye open for that brand in the future. In this store, they have this rack that's dedicated to sports clothes. Usually it's Green Bay Packers and Wisconsin Badgers, because I live in Wisconsin, so those are our two main teams for football anyways. So I see these two Nike jerseys. One is number 18, which is Randall Cobb. He's retired now. And the other one is number 12, which is obviously Aaron Rodgers. So normally I wouldn't pick up jerseys that are over $10, but this Randall Cobb one was kind of unique in this gray styling. So I should be able to flip this one for about $30 plus shipping. And the Aaron Rodgers jersey, I kind of took a gamble on it because this may be the year that he finally retires. So if he does, I think that's going to shoot up in value quite a bit. I think Rodgers gear is going to spike because of his retirement. So I put everything back that I didn't want to buy that was didn't comp out good enough, and I went up to the display case, and they actually had a copy of Wii Sports, the Nintendo Selects Edition, for $14.99. I checked the disc and it was in really good condition. I should be able to get $35 plus shipping for that. Great find. Here I am at another Goodwill. I scour the store pretty well, and the first thing I find eventually is this Star Wars Ezra Bridger lightsaber blaster for $3.99. Pretty unique looking. I should be able to flip it for about $20 plus shipping. The last item I end up finding in this video is this really cute Pikachu backpack. It really stood out to me because the ears, Pikachu's ears are 3D and they stick off the bag. Pretty cool. I think it will be about a $30 bag plus shipping, maybe $25 plus shipping. It was only $5.99, and Pokemon is really big right now, so I think this will go pretty easily. Here's some bonus footage for you all. This is from the Goodwill I went to yesterday. My camera froze, so I lost the footage, but I picked up these women's Keen sandals. I should be able to get about $30 to $35 plus shipping for those. And then I picked up these, look almost brand new, Reef women's sandals. I should be able to get about $30 plus shipping for these as well. Hello everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I just want to go over quickly how much I spent versus my estimated value. So in total, I spent $135, and I have an estimated value of $678. Now keep in mind that is before eBay fees, and that's before sending out offers potentially to people. So yeah, not a bad day. And let me know what you guys think about Goodwill sending all their valuable stuff off to their e-commerce sites, eBay and their Shop Goodwill accounts. I'd be very interested in that. Let me know in the comments, okay? All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.